Juan Rogelio. Welcome to another edition of Sneakers and Hip Hop. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Juan Rogelio 420, Instagram, Juan Rogelio 420. Everything Juan Rogelio 420. My special guest today, he goes by many names. He started
Yeah,
off as B. It was B
yeah,
Rider. Then it went
yeah,
to King B. Now it's
yeah,
just King.
yeah,
The lyrical heavyweight coming out of Orangeburg slash Delaware, the East and the South. King
yeah,
B, welcome to the show, my brother.
yeah. I appreciate that, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh
What
yeah.
you got for me today?
Oh yeah. So let's tap back into the early origins of
Okay.
how you became B Rider from B to B Rider to King B to B.
Yeah, so basically
So
it's basically a lot of different names, like you said earlier in the introduction, right? It's a lot of different names. So
yeah.
way before that, it was the name of Nautica, right? That's like the first rap name.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
basically because like me and the guys was like, I really can flow. They was like, yeah, you really can flow. So it's like, they was like on the page, like the flow's like water, like you know what I'm saying. So Nautica became the name, and then as we settled into that, it's like Nautica Nice was the name. They would be like let's go get Nautica Nice to rap against these people or whatever like that. So they're bringing me people to challenge me or whatever to see what's what. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then usually I ain't gonna say I won every one of them, but you know what I'm saying. I was top tier with my shit, so it's like that was the first one,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
bar heavy.
yeah, already like teenagers like just getting it. So then it's like I met this dude and he heard the flow, but it was more or less like my personality. He knew me for not taking no shit, so he just named. I don't even know why he named me B Rider, but to this day, if I talk to him, that's
Okay.
what he gonna call me right now. Like he don't care about the King B part. He don't care nothing about that. Like that's his thing. It's B Rider for him. I think it was more or less on the page like some boxing shit because he knew I could box real good. So he like, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I know you don't take no shit, so I call you Rider every time I see you or whatever like that. So that's where the B Rider came from. Now, my brother, Big Body, man, he calls me B Rider
Oh
to
yeah,
this day
big body.
because that's just something that he gonna rock with. He ain't fucking with calling me king like that. But he will because he kind of initiated it. He initiated it. So basically, the King B come from me working on this project, one of my best projects, Carolina King. So as I'm
Oh yeah,
recording
Carolina
Carolina
classic.
King, you know what I'm saying? As I'm recording Carolina King, he's like, yeah, this some King shit right here. So he's like, he started calling me King from there. Um, at the
Okay.
same time, he calling me
Okay.
B Rider, but at the same time, he like, yeah, this some King shit right here. These tracks I ain't never heard from around in our area like that. Like, Carolina wasn't putting tracks like that together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting on the Pro Tools back then, and people didn't even have Pro
Yeah.
Tools back then. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like I'm I'm
Yeah.
I'm creating some mastermind shit, and he's like, yeah, this some king shit right here. So I had already had the idea to do the Carolina King, but he's like, yeah, man. He just started calling me King from there, and we kind of ran with it. And it's been King. It's been King Beef since that. It's been King Beef since that. So that's how we
Okay.
that's how we came up with the formula with that though. Yeah. And so
And then now it's just King. Now it's just
it's just
King.
King. It's just
Well,
King. You know
well,
what I'm
well, it's still
saying?
King B.
Well, so
Yeah.
the brand is King B.
Yeah.
The brand is King B.
Yeah.
The real name is King. You know what I'm saying? That the real name is
King.
King.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just
Yeah.
rocking with it all the way around. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So it's been transitions, but I think all of them serve their purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. All of them represent
Yeah.
me. All of them represent me. You know what I'm saying? There's still some B Rider in there. I'm with all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I be trying to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cause the B router
Oh
come
yeah,
from,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, ready to do whatever type shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ready to go. Ready to
Yeah,
go. Ready to go.
always be on go. I'm still on go now. Like, it ain't no real chill. Ain't no real chilling. I'm always ready to go, man. So, that's that's
Yeah,
that's when
yeah,
that's when like the people back home still with those people too. They call me B Router. They still with that shit like that.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Thanks,
And see, with
thanks.
the B Router, I didn't really know why the dude named me that, but like I had came up with my own acronym from it, and I ran with it from there. So it was just like, yeah, we're gonna do it like that. But matter of fact, whenever he see this, if you when you see this, because I know you're gonna see this, tell me why you named me that, man, because I don't know, you know what I'm saying. So let me know why you did that, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's my boy Kev, man. My boy Kev named me that back in the day.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So we just
So,
ran.
so how did Orangeburg, Orangeburg and Delaware affect the artists that's out right now?
Out of Orangeburg
How
and
did them
Delaware.
two states
Yeah,
affect you?
yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
So
like,
basically, I wanted to tell this story right here, right? So you know how people,
yeah,
like Spanish people, like Spanish people, like they're able to adapt to like the English. They're able to adapt to English, but they can speak Spanish as well. So what I like to do is call them hybrids, right? So I'm a hybrid myself, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah,
basically,
yeah,
mom's living up there. Mom's lived up there for at least 10 years. She lived up there for 10 years. And I'm around my family a lot. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then we came down south at some point. And so then in the summertime, she's sending me up there. So I'm back and forth. So what people didn't
mm-hmm,
understand is like when I'm down south, hey, I might speak some down south lingo. I'm gonna get in, how it's supposed to be. When I go up north, it's natural. Like I'm with that lingo. So yeah, it's like
yeah,
how it shaped the artists that you see now. It's like so I'm listening to the great people that come from up north. I'm listening to underground people that come from up north. I'm so intrigued by this hip hop. It's just like this is where it first started for me. People like Redman, people like Nas. Nas is my favorite rapper. Hands down.
oh
I
yeah,
don't care who comes
oh
in the
yeah,
game after that. Nas is always gonna be my favorite rapper because that music at that time was so intriguing to me. It was just like who the fuck is this making this type of quality of music, and me not even really understanding the bar that he set at that time, not understanding like you really spitting on a whole nother level for people. Then you got
yeah, yeah,
you got your biggies, right? You got your biggies. Biggie was one of them ones that had a real impact on me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't later on until like people like Tupac. Like I really like as a grown ass man right now, I appreciate Tupac to the fullest. I wish that person was still around to, just do interviews and talk for where his mind frame was at. Like you're dropping this type of stuff and you're 20 something. Like you got the mind of like a 40-year
yeah,
old man or something. Like, you really on a whole nother
yeah,
level.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you left like bodies of work for us that it's still artists still ain't comparable to this guy, right? So
Nah, timeless,
in
timeless.
timeless music, like it's incomparable a lot of times. Like who you gonna put up against them? They got something on Instagram and other sites. They be like, so I've been dating for like 20 some odd years, right? And if I pop your music in, could it still compare to what I dropped years ago? I don't know. I don't know. So people like him, they were major influence on the artist that I am. And I'm listening to people like that on down to like underground people. Um People like if we dig into the crates, if we gonna go into the crates, man, people like, I don't know,
All right.
Souls of Mischief, like 93 to Infinity. If we doing like Lords of the Underground, I used to like Das Effects real heavy. So it's like a plethora of artists that shape this. Then if we go down south, it's like beyond beyond the obvious, like Outkast is a major staple for me. But beyond that, you got people that came before them. You got Goody Mob, you got PA. I don't know if people know about PA, but you had people like the Young Bloods. The Young Bloods, they was a
Oh
real,
yeah.
they
It was
they
hard.
had
East
real
side.
impact on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like riding dirty on 85, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? All of that into my mind at that time is like, man,
Hmm.
these artists are, top tier art. Even like Killer Mike. Like, so when I first heard, him spitting what he was spitting, and I actually got to meet him, I'm just like, man, you know, he just one of them ones for me when it comes to lyrical ability. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot. It's been a lot of people. Scarface, I love
Oh yeah,
Scarface
face
for his
mob.
storytelling abilities, man. It's been a lot of people that came in the game that's not in the game no more. Um, it's been a
Yeah.
lot. So a lot of them are still in the pot for
Oh yeah, yeah. The pot on the
the artist
stove.
that I am.
Pot of
You know what I'm
greatness.
saying? I
Yeah.
like when Master P came out and he had his run. I like when the Hot Boys came
Yeah.
out and they had their run. They
Yeah.
always had this type of rivalry thing. And like in cities sometimes, um, if you top tier, y'all gonna have to clash at the top. You know what I'm saying? We want to see
Oh
who's
yeah.
what. But that's gonna bring out the best in this music. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Mystical was real hot. I was fucking with Mystical heavy, man. It's just like I like people that's going be themselves, show what type of artists they really are. They're not trying to copy anybody. They just coming out and they the top at what they do. So it's just like, yeah, that's what went into to making this artist that I am, you know. But if it's
Okay.
anybody
Okay.
that's like really heavy, we're gonna have to say we're gonna have to say Nas, we're gonna have to say Jay, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
say Snoop had a major impact on me. Dr. Dre, not even just from
Oh yeah.
him being an artist, just from him bringing the type of production that he was bringing to the table, and making those classic timeless hits, like you saying, like I take it back to NWA, uh, all of that. When you listen to
Yeah.
all of that, a mastermind had to be behind what was going on,
All of that.
and you got people, still to this day they want to hear something from Dre and he may or may not put out, but I mean, they still want to hear something from him because that's a mastermind. You know what I'm saying? That's a mastermind at work. And I can't I gotta say, Jermaine Dupri, you know what I'm saying, for the work that he put
Oh
out.
yeah.
He had a
Yeah.
lot of artists during the time frame that they had their sound and helped to shape what the Atlanta sound was. So it's a
Yeah.
lot that went into that. It's a lot that went into that. It's something that I can't even think of because I used to be the guy that has the music. Like, when CDs were in and
Oh
cassette
yeah. So.
singles was in, I'm the guy that got all the
Hmm.
music. You know what I'm saying? I got all of this. They looking like, damn, where you get this? I'm like, yeah, I know what's coming out and I'm going to get it. I gotta have it. And it might be
Yeah.
where, you so young and you don't got a whole lot of money. You gotta choose between what you gonna get this week and then what you gonna get next week. Who the hottest? Who the hottest out of what, you know what I'm saying? And you gonna do it like that. I don't know if that reveals a lot of my age, but I don't really care. But like still, like it's just like, yeah, I've been on it that long to
I mean,
where
it was a difference from. Yeah.
I've been on it that
Oh
long
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
to where you don't get that same feel right now. You don't get that same feeling when music comes out. You know what I'm saying? It used to be for me. It used to be something special. Like if they're saying that such and such is coming out, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't had two or three hot singles. It's just like, oh man, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this. And I was the type of person to be like, so if I don't like the whole album, if I like 4 or 5 joints off of there, I'm gonna probably try to get into the rest of them. I'm gonna try to, because it might be the beat, it might be the subject matter, it might be, they not really giving you that artistry that you know them for. They might be tapping into something else. So it's just like, okay, cool. Let me see where they going with this. But yeah, it's so many in the pot that I could think of. Like, it's now you said something about, like, what makes that artist. I'm thinking about Boot Camp Click. Yeah, a
Oh
lot of them
yeah.
guys, Helter Skelter, Buckshot. They helped to shape this. It's a lot that went into that pot, man. You know what I'm saying? If we
Mob Deep, the
then you get
mob.
then
Mob Deep.
ah, I mean, if you're gonna do that, man, Prodigy and
Yeah.
Havoc,
Have it.
Prodigy and Havoc, man, like real Queensbridge staples, man. It's nothing that you can take away from that. It's nothing that you can take away from
Yeah.
that. And the fact that Prodigy was like so outspoken, trying to teach the world, beyond the music, it makes me look at him in a different manner too, because I remember when he was beefing with Pop, and it was like Pac had passed, and somebody said that he had got a hold of Pac's notes and like a notebook. He was like, man, this guy was so militant, man. Like, he was like, so the beef that they had, it was really nothing, because he understood
Yeah.
that he
Yeah. Yeah.
had
That
that
was.
same type of mind frame, right? And he's like, if we really got
Yeah.
up together, we probably could have made something happen. So yeah. Definitely Mob Deep, man. Definitely. Big
I gotta throw Nip in there. I know you fuck with Nip. Nipsey.
ah. Hey, so the thing with Nip, man, I'm so connected with Nip. I'm so connected with Nip, man. It's like, so my brother put me on the Nip, right? Um, he put me onto a mixtape that Nip was selling at the time for $100, and he said he raised his price because this is my brand, basically, and he understood business, and it was like, okay, so if I sell this for 100 and they're buying into this, this is what I'm worth. This is what I'm telling people that I'm worth. And he was like, Jay got wind of this. Jay was like, yeah, he wanted to get a copy of this because why are you setting your bar this high? You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a piece of this. And that's what I feel like with a lot of things that's on the market too, like, just shoes and anything. Like, you set your value at a certain thing, certain people gonna buy into it because, hey, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you worth that much, your self-worth is at that point. Yeah, I'm gonna buy into it too. Let's see what the quality of this particular thing is. But with Nip, man, so Nip is one of them ones for me, like Pop,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Nas to me.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
they're 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 dropping jewels in their music to the point where certain people not might not catch it, and then certain people
Yeah.
is on it. They right there with them, and then you listen to their interviews, and it make you want to meet these people because now I might be on that same frequency that you on, and I want to talk to you about certain stuff that I can't talk to certain people about. Certain people, it might go over their head, and that's cool. But when I'm right there with that person, that artist, that particular artist, yeah, I would want to have just a sit down with you, see where I want to pick your mind for certain things. Like, how do you come up with this in your artistry, man? How do you come up with this? And that's the power of the mind. Your mind is that powerful that these are the thoughts that's circulating in your brain, but you just putting them out on songs or whatever. So yeah, I would have. Nip is definitely one of them ones. That's just like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Beyond,
Yeah. Kendrick.
beyond,
Yeah.
beyond, beyond what we seen from the so-called beef that was over the
With him and
summertime or
Drake.
whatever.
Yeah.
He's always been a person that's gonna raise the bar. You're gonna take this music thing to a next level for the world. I was about to say from where he's from, but nah, I can't say that. This is for the world. Even with
Yeah.
what they did over the summertime, that was a major thing for hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was major. You know, now that he got his album out, he dropping
All
jewels
right.
on that. It's not Okay, so what it's not is what you're used to hearing, right? It's
Yeah.
like outside of the box type of music. Everybody ain't gonna get it. It ain't gonna be for everybody. But at the same time, it helps to raise the bar with certain things. It helps to raise the bar with music. It helps to raise the bar with consciousness. You know what I'm saying? If you paying attention. But yeah, what you was gonna say?
Oh yeah, he got a classic. That new one.
Yeah, yeah,
Know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's classic. Know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
But I mean,
he even
but a lot of what he's put out has been classic material.
well,
A lot of the he's
I
put
won't
out.
say I won't say every album he got is a classic because
Now I'm just saying
I got
a
my
lot of
favorites
what he's
like
put out, a lot of what he's put out, whether it be like certain singles that
oh yeah
you
yeah
can
yeah yeah
you know
yeah
what I'm
yeah
saying? Just I'm just
yeah
saying in general, not
oh yeah
necessarily just
yeah
albums, but like, a lot of what he's put out, a lot of what he's added to the game, is what I'll say.
yeah yeah definitely
Yeah, it's been
definitely
some
definitely
classic material. You
yeah
raising the bar in certain aspects of things, even from your songs to certain videos that he has. If you're paying attention, it's like, damn, that's some dope ass shit. Because what I don't like, me personally as an artist, I just don't like people just standing in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? Just standing in front of the camera. Like, I would, just me personally, I would like to see some type of storyline behind it, because now it gives a visual to your song. It could be the soundtrack
yeah
to that particular song or album or whatever. You know, like, just to tap into what I'm saying is like, how R. Kelly made, he had that with Ron Isley, and it's like they got a whole storyline behind what they talking about.
yeah
You know what I'm
yeah
saying?
yeah
It's like,
that was
I
a
like that.
classic
That's dope as
video
hell.
classic
Yeah. You know what I'm
yeah
saying? Like, you're right there with them. You want to know what's gonna happen next. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a
yeah
storyline behind it. But that's just me. That's just me. I mean, some people
yeah
some
yeah
people like
yeah
what they like, but yeah, yeah. But that's what
yeah
I that's
true
what I like. And then, so what it has me to do is, it has me to tap back into some of those golden era videos that, even though they were just kind of doing their thing at that time frame, some of them had storylines behind it, or some of them had some type of background story to why they're doing this. But,
yeah
like I said, me personally, I ain't really feeling it just to stand in front of the camera type of thing. But I mean, whoever like that, that's cool, because it's an audience for that too. But yeah, I
yeah
think, more or less for me, man, I'm an artist, so, you know I like to paint pictures. And if I could have, now that I'm into video the way that I am, if I could have that video to match and coincide with what I'm saying, yeah, I want you to feel how I was feeling when I wrote this. Is where I'm at with things.
yeah yeah
Yeah, so I don't
oh
even like,
yeah
for real. Like, I don't even want to drop a video unless it has that
it's right
storyline. It got to be right. Yeah, you already know me, man. It
yeah
got to be. It got to be. It
I
got to
know
be
I
perfect in
know
my brain. You know what I'm saying? It got to
I
be. It
already
got to
know
be like that, man. It got to. And then, what I understand is other people won't understand your vision until you put it out to the universe, the way that he gave it to
Facts.
you. You know what I'm saying? The way that he gave it to you. So now you have this vision, and the people like, man, it's already done, or, put it out. And you like, nah, it's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? I need these people to be in line to make this vision come. And then I'm gonna feel like, I've done my due diligence for stuff. But like, yeah, I just can't put it out like that. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for me writing a verse. We talk about this all the time. We talk about this all the time. I can't just write a verse for you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I can,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
I ain't gonna
yeah,
give you my best. You know what I'm saying? I want you to. I
yeah.
want you to. When you hit me back, I want you to be like, yeah, you put some thought into that one. That's what I'm talking. You know what you hit me with? That's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking
That's what I'm
about.
talking
And then
about. Yeah, yeah,
it's fire emojis behind it. It's like, yeah, man,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna try to do with things every time, man. You know,
yeah,
because I'm cut from those artists that I know they took their time with it. They wasn't in a rushing mode.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's just like one of our greats just passed, right? Quincy Jones. You know him making Thriller, man. He wasn't in no
Mm.
rushing process for that. He had to have that right. And you could see after the vision came out, you could see where it was at, where the vision was. He couldn't just go in there and put that down and it just be some type of overnight thing. That's gonna stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I want
Yeah,
to make
yeah, that's a
timeless music,
classic.
man. That's a classic. That's a
Yeah,
classic. Him and Mike
facts.
made that classic. So, yeah. I
Yeah.
want to make that type of timeless music. Matter of fact, I make timeless music because it don't really feel dated a lot of times. It feels like, hey, this might have been ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? What was your
Okay.
mind
All
frame?
right.
If
All right.
somebody coming to me with that, what was your mind frame? Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm
So,
about to throw some names out to you, and you tell me what
okay,
was your mind frame during that period. So,
yeah.
Voice of the Streets,
Voice
the
of the
mind frame.
streets. Voice of the streets. My frame was I was moving from South Carolina and
Yeah.
I had told a lot of my homeboys that hey, I'm about to go to the A. So the homeboys that knew what the A was about was like, oh, this nigga about to go to heaven, man. I'm like, what you mean? Like I'm so deep in my thought process. Like, damn, you saying I'm about to die or something? They're like, nah, man, you about to experience life on a whole nother level. Plus, we know that you got this talent that you got, and we can see you going to the next level. So, Voice of the Streets was basically like, um, we know we know when you drop something. We know people be listening. We know people paying attention to you. They're paying attention to you now. I can say all of that to say you got people that's rooting for you, but you got the haters that is equally balanced out, right? So they don't want to see you win. So it's like, damn, I don't want to see this man go to no Atlanta. I don't want to see this man put out no voice of the streets. How is he putting out voice of the streets when we come from a small little town and we don't have studios around here? But we know that he engineering his own shit. We know that he getting his own beats. At the end, he doing his own lyrics. This shit fire. Like, but I'm gonna tell you that it ain't fire. Cause I want to hold you back from greatness. I don't want you to go. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
fueling my fire, right? That's fueling my fire because y'all want to see me fail. But then you got some people that want to see me win because they've been rocking with me from day one. So Voice of the Street says to me, like, hey man, everything that I'm feeling in this moment right here, whether it be the love, whether it be the hate, I'm putting it out here. And you know me, you know, that Aries moon come out of me, man. I'm telling you exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck
Oh
how you
yeah.
feel about it either. And
Oh yeah.
the situations that I'm describing lets that person know that I'm talking about them. And I don't have to use names per se, but I can use them too if I need to. It ain't gonna make me no difference how I rock. But that's where I was at with
Oh yeah.
Voice of the Streets. And it was a mind frame of some of these beats that I'm using is from songs that I like. You know what I'm saying? These are songs that I like. These are songs that had an impact on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing over them. And like one of my brothers he always tell me, he say, man, you know how people will try to rap over people's beats and they sound like them. He was like, man, to me, when you rap over other people's beats, it's like that's your beat now. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm taking this and I'm gonna make it mine. But at the same token, you know what I'm saying? It's only because I like what you did over that shit. I like that. I'm inspired by it. I'm not hating on you at all. I'm inspired by that shit. It makes me want to go harder. But you got people that they'll hear some shit and disregard you or act like it don't exist. They know it's hard. And I hate them type of people too because it'd be like later on in life when they kind of mature, they be like, man, that shit was fire, man. You know what I'm saying? Your ego
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
ego wouldn't allow you to tell that person that it was some dope shit. And so Voice of the Streets
Yeah.
was just everything that I was feeling at that time, whether it be I feel like it's genuine love or I just know that it's hate. And there's some people over here want to see me win. So I'm gonna go with that. Cause we all know that, love is the highest energy. So yeah, we're gonna go with the love. We're gonna go with the love. And for you haters, hey, we got something dope for you, man. And it's gonna probably have to make you raise your bar up. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you be hating on me? You know what I'm saying? For something, if you're great in your own right, why would you be hating on me about a particular thing? Cause shit, if you great, I'm great. Shit, we can coexist in the same space. I feel like
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
facts,
that's what
facts.
that's what that's what my mind was at with that. And it was like, hey man,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? I know Atlanta is the place that they're saying that artists are making something of themselves right now. This is when Atlanta is really on the come up. So it's just like, yeah, I need to be there. I need to be right there in the mix of shit. And I was there. And it was that. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? It was
Yes,
definitely
sir.
that. Yeah, it was that.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? I met good people like Ron Rogelio. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, AIU, AIU.
yeah, 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 yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Crazy.
You
It's
know,
crazy
it was
how
some.
it's crazy how we met on a music page. You know what I'm saying? You're letting me hear. I don't know you from nowhere, but you let me hear. No, matter of fact, you're not letting me hear. You letting some folks hear. Fighting to live,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, yeah. Find to
yeah,
live.
yeah, fighting to
Yeah,
live. Right. So I'm somewhere listening and just a hip hop fan. And I'm like, I walk up to you and I'm like, yeah, man, I like that shit. That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? And you like, okay, what's up, man? I do music. I'm like, I do music too. Your first thing is, yeah, we should get in the lab and do a track. And hey,
yeah,
we hear years later. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the shit.
yeah,
That's how this
yeah,
shit. You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So
Yeah,
so I remember, we had designated times when we're going in the studio, and it's like, you gonna be there today? Yeah, I'm gonna be there today. Shit, we just dropping, 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 dropping. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I think with that, man, I think that I don't think that shit is coincidental in life. You know what I'm saying? I think that there was a reason for us to meet. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we're still
yeah,
rocking these many years later, and we're still talking about music. We're still just as passionate about music. I mean, it was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I said something about it, because I'm like, music for me sometimes it's a feeling. It's a feeling. It gives
yeah,
me a
yeah,
certain. If it gives me a certain feeling, I gotta say something about it. I gotta say, hey man, that shit moved me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those that get the feeling and then I can't give you your flowers right then and there. Like shit, I fuck with that shit. But it's certain people that can't. They
yeah,
just like they trying to
yeah,
outdo
yeah.
you.
Certain people don't say.
They don't
Yeah,
say nothing, and then they're at home and they're one of your biggest fans and shit. They playing this shit, but you will never see it now. They playing this shit. They love it. They ain't gonna tell you that. I got one of those back home. Like I'm like, man, this man. I know this man fuck with my shit, but when he get online and he's saying whatever he's saying, I mean, the final straw for me with him when I dropped Billionaire Visions with my brother and Moonwalk, and
oh yeah, yeah,
we're like really buzzing in the summertime. This man gonna say, one of his cousins dropped the track, which is my brother's homeboy that you just clicked the like on.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
he like, oh, it just hit different when it's basically a real. He gonna say it's a real South Carolina artist because
Mm,
I wasn't born in Orangeburg, but I got enough years in Orangeburg. I'm there. I know everybody you know, buddy. Like, so I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And there's people that accept me for being there. So I mean, and I'm one of the staples that's out there. So we can't act like. And then we know that you like what I do. Matter of fact, you
yeah,
inboxed me and told me that you love Carolina King, and he called himself the King. So I'm like, come on, bro. Let's not do this. What you really want to do is have a conversation, or you don't want to have a conversation because now you got to face the fact that I see you. You know what I'm saying? I see what you was on. You ain't gotta hate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, I like that piece of work. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's make something together. Let's make some dope shit. That's the energy I've always been on. You know what I'm saying? I know you can vouch for me
yeah,
with that. Like, yeah, I've always been on that. And I ain't never been no hater, man. I ain't never, I like when it's something that inspires me. But I'm gonna tell you, if your shit trash, I'm gonna tell you it's just trash. You know what I'm saying? And I might not say nothing.
yeah, yeah. Facts.
I might not say nothing now because I understand that, people's art might be close to their heart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you made that, and
Yeah,
that came from
yeah,
somewhere for you, and it's not for me to judge that. It's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me. But somebody might like that. Somebody might rock with that. I'm okay with that because you might come out with some shit that I'm like, yo, I ain't know you had that in you, bro. And hey,
yeah.
I'm still rocking with you. So yeah, I ain't never on no hate shit. Never. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, my mind frame was on the page like, you know what I'm saying? I got this love over here that I know that's genuine love. And then I got some hate from these people that don't want to see nobody win, man. So that fueled my fire, man, for a voice of the streets.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah.
All right.
I know that
All
was
right, so
I
let's
know that
move
was a
on to
long I know that was a long tangent that I went on about that, but I
oh, it's
I
all
had to
good.
get that shit out, man. I had to get that shit out. Had to get that shit
It's
out,
all
man.
good.
Yeah, I had to
All right,
get it
let's
out.
move on to
Yeah.
Carolina King. Carolina
Ah.
King.
Ooh. So Carolina King, man, is definitely um one that's close to my heart because this is a time frame I got a lot of shit going on. So um I'm in Atlanta. I'm trying to make things work with this music stuff, and it might not just jump off for you immediately, and nobody would think that it would. You got to grind. You got to put your work in. It's not like you gonna come in and you gonna be a fucking millionaire and you gonna just enjoy the fruits of shit and you ain't put in the work. All right, cool. You got to get around this situation because I'm not immediately around the music or nothing like that, right? I'm
Yeah,
having to find my way just a man or whatever. So this is going through balancing out being an artist, being a man. I got a baby coming. I'm in my head like,
yeah,
damn. I like the fact that I got a baby coming, but shit, this music shit ain't popping off fast enough for me. Um, it's a dark space, right? It's a dark space. This is when the recession came in. You know what I'm saying? Regular people that's working jobs, shit, man. Some of them jobs went, they left. So now you got to
yeah,
figure out what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm in the mix of shit. Shit just start crumbling. This is a dark period. I'm having to go back to South Carolina to reset. Go back to South Carolina. This is probably one of the darkest moments. One of them dark moments is what I'll say. It's one of them dark moments like shit. Bread ain't coming in the way that I need to come in. You know what I'm saying? Life is just looking upside down versus it being another way. Um, I'm in my dark moments. So now I'm isolating myself from people that I loved and that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I'm isolating myself. Um, I'm trying not to do no stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the money's low. Now you have these negative thoughts in your head, and you like, if you're not a conscious person, this gonna get me messed up. This gonna have me fucked up if I don't figure it out. Um,
yeah,
but but what's gonna keep me grounded is the music. You know what I'm saying? So, it's periods of time where people have different types of music that they're making. And if you're paying attention, you can hear like this might be a dark moment for this guy right here, or this might be happy times, or this might be where he get money. This might be where he, just enjoying life in general. This might where he matured in life. But this was a dark period of time. And I can't say that the music was necessarily reflecting the dark period, but I can say it was bringing out creativity in me. It was just like, hey, I don't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing else but this. That's what's inside of me, and this is all I have right now. You know what I'm saying? Money's low. I'm having these negative thoughts. I At that time I'm like, yeah, if I need to, shit, this could go either way. I could be in prison. I could be locked up for a
yeah,
long time for just trying to have to try to eat, trying to eat on certain shit. Like because when the money get low, Now, you know what I'm saying, you might be thinking a little irrational about certain shit. So, I had a lot of
Facts.
thoughts. I call them prison thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I never did make that song, but I probably will because we talking about it now. But
Yeah,
yeah, I had a lot of prison thoughts. Like shit, this shit can go left fast. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing I could do is do this music. And I know from looking at other artists, sometimes when they're going through their dark times, they bring out the best shit. They have their best
yes,
shit. You know what I'm saying? They have their
yeah.
best shit. This shit is it's coming from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from
It-
the fucking
It's
the
not coming
ethers,
from the
man.
soul.
The
The
spiritual realm.
soul.
You know what I'm saying? This shit is
Yeah,
here. Yeah. This is the depths of your soul, right? So this is where the birth of King came from because Big Body is coming through, and he like, I ain't never heard you rapping no type of shit like this. I ain't never heard you doing songs like this. This is soul level songs. This shit is coming from the spiritual realm. So I'm locking myself in the room 12 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping on the floor. I designated a room in my mama's house, and I got my studio equipment set up. I'm sleeping on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I'm just locked in. I'm locked all the way in.
yeah,
And I'm making these tracks, banging these tracks, banging these tracks. So then at some point I stopped recording the album and I give it a break, but I'm halfway through. You know what I'm saying? I'm halfway through. And I'm one of those artists, man, I gotta have some shit to happen so I can talk about it. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to come from a place of inauthenticity, right? I want this shit to be authentic as hell. When you hear my voice saying that, hey, I went to jail for certain stuff, like I did when I was in Pennsylvania, and I had to do this shit behind
Oh,
people that was
yeah,
with this
yeah,
craziness, you know what I'm saying? This shit is authentic, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's authentic shit.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
can
yeah,
hear
yeah,
when I'm
yeah,
telling you this
yeah,
versus somebody that ain't went through it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they say,
yeah. Fact.
it's kind of off subject, but it's not. That's what they say when people counsel people. If you haven't been an alcoholic before or a drug addict before and recovered, how can you really tell me that shit if you just reading it from the book? You don't have real life experience on it. So I
Yeah,
let some
yeah,
real life experience happen to put in these songs. So I think a span of 2 years had transpired within that, right? So I started working on it in 2010 and about 2012, around in that area, something like that. No. I'm sorry. It might have been 2009 to 11, something like that, something in those
yeah,
areas.
yeah,
But what I can
yeah.
tell you is my daughter was probably about she probably was almost one when I'm in the mix of creating this Carolina King, right? So I put on
Mm-hmm.
some particular tracks, and she little as hell. She's in the car seat, and I put on these tracks, and she's bopping her head, and I'm over there like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious with this? Like, and she bopping her head for real. So
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, I might got something. I might got something, but I'm struggling. I'm in the struggle with this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still soul level songs writing these, and I'm like, man, I'm looking at my daughter and I'm like, the only thing that I want for her, for real, is to give her the world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, if this could make me give her the world, then I'm gonna pour in everything from that part. I'm gonna pour in all I got. This is what I'm gonna pour into this. And that's what I did, man. That's what I did. And I think that from her bopping her head and kind of being critiquing with not knowing that she critiquing, it gave me more
yeah,
motivation to do the music that I was doing in the direction that I was doing it. And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going in that direction because I might got something on my hands. And when it finally dropped, I know for my area, that shit was a major thing. Carolina King was a major thing. Niggas playing this shit in the clubs. Niggas is buying this shit. I got a small street team. They selling it. Man, we went to the homecomings. We selling this thing. I had a bunch of CD. You know what I'm saying? We selling this out. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
See,
I said, yeah. They was like, yeah,
You
man, you
see, that's
probably
from that
got some.
era you was pressing up CDs, insert,
Yeah,
like hand
yeah,
to hand
yeah,
action, you know,
yeah,
person to
yeah,
person. I got the
yeah,
backpack, you got the backpack, you know, we
yeah.
got the
Had the
work.
backpack. Had the backpack.
Yeah,
Had the I came home and our Shotty Bugatti, man, you know what I'm saying? He had some different names too, but right now he's Shotty Bugatti.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, at the time he's our shot. He like, yeah, you look like a superstar. This is what my brother told me. He like, you look like a superstar. I like shit, man. I feel like a superstar because of the work that I put in for this project. So he
Yeah.
got some people. He got some people that are willing to sell the CD out, on the homecomings and all of that. And he's doing it, and I'm doing it, and the rest of my people. We having a great time just selling this shit because we just want somebody to make it and to pull everybody else up whenever they make it. And that's where we was with that shit for Carolina King. So to this day,
Yes. Oh yeah.
Shotty Bugatti will be like, project wise, he gonna be like, shit, that's your best project that I love. You know what I'm saying? He was going to work, selling this shit at work because he like, man, yeah, my brother got some shit on his hands and he want y'all to hear this shit. So it's just like, yeah, that's one of his best projects from that era right there. And to this
Oh
day,
yeah.
he probably would tell you like, yeah, man, like that's my best shit from my brother. Like, yeah, that was it was one of them ones, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of
Oh
fact, when
yeah.
you listen to it right now, it's so timeless that it's just like I could drop this shit now. I could get it remixed and mastered and drop this shit again. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them, and that's what I had in my mind to do. Like, yo, drop that shit again. Because I mean, I mix that shit and it's like, yo, I know some engineers that can, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to TDP, you know what I'm saying? To get that
Oh
shit
yeah.
right
Tone.
on a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, get it right on a
Yeah.
whole nother level, shoot some videos and go from there with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mix and match that shit with the shit that I'm doing right now. So, cause it's timeless. It's timeless. I got songs on there called Drugs, man. Like when niggas get strung out on drugs, but they weren't never introduced to that life and something intrigued them and now they didn't they life then went this way it done went all the way wrong. So yeah, man, I might reintroduce that Carolina King because Carolina King was definitely um one of them ones, man. This is what I can say.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Definitely one of
Classic
them.
too.
Yeah,
That's classic.
yeah,
All right.
definitely.
All right. Audio crack.
Audio crack. Oh man. Audio crack is definitely a dark period. To the point where you was like, man, I was fucking up on the recorders and everything, man. You like, yeah, man. You like, man, this shit ain't right, man. You like, and see, I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with the fact
Yeah.
that you gonna keep me in line. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have me
Yeah.
right. You gonna like, nah, man. So, so as I'm recording that, I'm sending you the tracks to mix for me. And you like, yeah, man,
Yeah.
that shit
Yeah.
ain't right, man. You like, yeah, it ain't right. So I'm like, all right, man. Let me go back in there and do this over. But that was a real dark period in time, man. It's like again, it's like cycles in life will have shit where it might be going good for a period of time, and then you have your dark moments. And that definitely was
Yeah.
one, man. It was one where, like I mentioned earlier, me coming from Pennsylvania, me me trying to figure it out. I want to go back to Atlanta, but something in the air is like it's not time for you to go back to Atlanta. It's time for you to be in South Carolina around your people. You got to reset. You got to regroup. All of them tracks I feel like were dark. They were dark tracks. I was in a dark frame of mind. Um, I had just got in trouble in Pennsylvania, and a lot of what I was trying to do, it was prohibiting me from doing it because it's like, hey, you got this charge on you. You got a charge on you. So it's
Yeah.
like, hey, you can't do such and such. You can't move this way. You're limited in your moving. So now again, I'm thinking in the dark ways of the prison thoughts. And it's just like, man, I gotta figure some shit out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta change myself because the mind
Yeah.
frame that I'm in it's gonna keep having me fucked up if I don't. So again, I poured a lot of what I was going through in the music. Made that an EP. You suggested that. You was like, yeah, man, why don't you just do an EP? Because
Yeah.
I fuck with you on the level of you always keep me grounded with this music shit too. It'd be like, if you haven't heard me do no music in a minute, you're gonna be like, what's up with the music? And so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think the fact that I hadn't dropped shit in a long time, it was like, why don't you just do an EP, right? If you're focusing on doing an album and it's taking a long time, why don't you just go ahead and do an EP? Put something out there. Is what the message I got from it, right? So I'm like, yeah, let
Yeah,
me do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Let me put the EP together. You know what I'm saying? And at least I got something out there. Um, the person that took the album cover for that, the picture for the album cover, my boy Tone. Um,
Yeah.
he ended up dying that year. Getting shot,
Mm.
and that added more insult to injury. I'm already in a dark space. Tone is
Yeah.
Tone is Tone is my man from the Sandbox, and it's just like Tone gets killed. So all of that music there was a dark period in time, man. Um, and for me, I could tell when the music is darker versus it's a better period of time or whatever. But yeah, Audio
Yeah.
Crack was definitely that was definitely a dark period in time when I made that. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Them
I,
one of
I
them
got
ones.
another one for you.
That's one of them ones where it's part of your history, but
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
you don't want to go there when you think about it in depth, a type of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's just one of the moments. But it created some dope shit.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Y'all got to check out that. What is that? What's the
Audio
song we
crack?
did?
Oh,
What's the song we did on Audio Crack?
man, we got so
Um,
many records.
yeah, man. It's something like
Which
real
one we
music.
got on
It's real
audio?
music. It's
Oh
called
yeah,
real
yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
called
like
real
yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
music. Where you put the different artists on the end of the track. You know what I'm saying? You had the Ti, you had the I think Snoop and all of that at the end of the
Oh yeah,
track.
yeah.
Yeah, real music. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah. I
yeah.
got another one for you.
Mm-hmm.
HIV. HIV.
Mm. Oh wow. Okay. HIV.
he said, he said,
So
damn.
so HIV, right? So HIV, right? So I ain't no real smoker with getting on like that, but whenever I do indulge or whatever, so it give me certain thought processes, right? So I was like, what could I have project wise that are just really stand out from the rest of some shit, right? So
Yeah,
I knew
yeah,
I knew HIV, meaning that a person have some type of disease, right?
yeah,
Some type of disease, and it can turn into AIDS. It gets people's attention, right? But the the wording for it is hip hop's in my veins. So
yep.
as I kept saying HIV, you know what I'm saying? People was like, damn, what you mean, like because a few videos I put out, I was like, yeah, man, I got HIV. So I'm getting inboxes left and right and shit. They like, what? You know what I'm saying? So, so, so I remember it was about like I'm gonna say like two females. It was two females that I had some encounters with, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They on the face like what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I explained to them what it was, they like, oh, okay, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. I was like, nah, it just means hip hop's in my veins or whatever like that. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
got
yeah,
it
yeah.
got it got people looking at what I was doing with that. So it was like, damn, it's like, yo, what you talk about type shit. So when I did put it out and the type of beats that I use, like I said, these are beats that I respect the artist. and I respect that they did whatever they did over the beat.
Yeah.
I know a few people was like, man, I never heard nobody just jack for beats to that magnitude and just put out a project or whatever. And I was like, yeah, man, these are all beats that I was fucking with. You know what I'm saying? These are all producers that I was fucking with. The artists that said whatever they said over these beats. This is how I came
Yeah.
up with this. You know, um, HIV wasn't no that wasn't no dark period of time. It was mainly like, hey, I'm I'm spitting, man. I'm pulling out the guns for this one, man. I'm really trying to showcase my lyrical ability. Like, I know we got one on there. Me and you got one on there. The Nas Made You Look.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So it was just pulling out those lyrical abilities. You know what I'm saying? It
Oh
wasn't a
yeah.
dark period. It was definitely a better frame of time frame. It was definitely a better time frame. Yeah, but I chose that because it was gonna catch people's attention.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
for me,
definitely.
like like I like to do things that will catch people off guard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just like my track now. It's like Dirty Cops, man.
Oh
Ain't
yeah,
nobody
dirty
really
cat. Yeah.
ain't nobody really talking about what we see in real time, bro. Like this is really going on, and ain't nobody really talking about that. It's just like it be hush hush type of thing, and we steady losing people left and right, and it becomes where if we see it so much, we get desensitized to this, right? So it's like,
Yeah,
it
facts,
don't
facts.
really affect us to the degree unless it's our family. You know what I'm saying? When we should be on a page like this is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. This is happening to people that look like us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not to get on no Malcolm X shit, but like, it's fucked up. Shit is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it lets you know that this could
Come
happen.
on, boy. Come on down. Yeah.
This could
Yeah.
happen. You know what I'm saying? To me or somebody that look like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just raises your consciousness and your awareness to another level. Just me and myself. So I had to write it, man. It was definitely on my mind to write. Yeah. But yeah, that's where I was at with HIV, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This is a dope ass interview, bro. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know where it was gonna
Oh yeah.
go, but yeah, it's a dope ass
Oh yeah. We
interview,
got
bro.
lucky with us. We got lucky. Lucky in the frame then.
Yeah,
Come on, boy.
yeah,
Come on down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah. All right.
yeah.
So, what's it like being a father raising a daughter right now in America?
It's scary. It's
Yeah.
scary, man. It's so many different things that you would want to protect them from. Um, so many things that you try to install, but you know that they're gonna have their own experiences with different things. Um, I want to be her superhero, man, but I mean, a lot of times I'm not gonna be there for certain situations. Just like right now, she's in school and you might be peer pressured by certain things, but I've
Yeah.
already put it in your ear as to how to move about it, but it's not to say the situation is going to go totally how I said it's going to go. It might go a little different than that,
Yeah.
and then you got to figure it out because you've never been through that. It's scary, man. It's like I don't know who made up the rule or just the thought process, having the thought process of letting your kids leave out on their own when they're 18 if you've never fully equipped them. That's the stupidest shit in the
Yeah.
world. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
gonna put
Yeah.
them out to the wolves like that? That's crazy. Like, but if you've cultivated all of that, I could see that. But then again,
Yeah.
me myself, me having a daughter, no, I wouldn't set her out there like that because you know as much as I want to say that the world has gotten worse, it's probably always been that way. It's just the fact that technology lets us see it in a different way
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
to be like, damn,
Yeah.
this is what's really going on. But it's nothing ain't new under the sun, so it's already been going on. It's just where the technology had to catch up to what is really going on. This shit has been going on. So it makes me be like, man, I would never want to bring no more kids into this world. This world is wicked. Never,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
never.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
just to say, I mean, just to say, if I had a son, the stuff that you would have to deal with, it's even on a different level with me having a daughter. Like, oh man, like I don't want to put this out to the universe, but I mean, I'll go to prison behind my daughter, man, because
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just like it's
Yeah.
some weirdos out here in the world, man. And
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
know that my daughter wasn't raised the way that I was raised. I was raised
Yeah.
I was raised in the hood where you got different situations that are going to test you. And it makes it where I can go out anywhere in the world and understand that I can handle this shit. But you're not raised that way, so I don't know what you would do in them situations. I only can trust that you strong because you got cuts of me in you. You got my
Yeah.
DNA in you, but you haven't faced the shit that I faced. And even with me, it gets rough. I mean, because I mean, there's some shit out here for you. There's some shit out here for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some shit
Yeah.
out here for you. So it's just like, you got to move right and you got to understand what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, just to tap into the fact that if you didn't have the guidance, you had like an absentee father or whatever. Now you got to figure it out. You got to figure
Yeah.
it out. From your figuring it out, that's what you install into your seeds, your kids, or whatever. And
Mm.
not saying that it's gonna go exactly the way that it went for me, but hey, this is a blueprint of some shit. It could go this way, or it could go another way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's scary. It's scary, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring nothing else to this wicked world. This shit
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
wild.
man. It's on
It's
crazy out
wild.
here for real.
It's wild.
For
Even
real.
when you got, like I say, man, when you got like dirty cops, man, that I mean, y'all are just killing that wheel type of shit. Like,
Yeah, just like
y'all
that.
just killing
Without
that
even
wheel
thinking. Without even
without
thinking
even
about it.
thinking. And
They just
you're watching other, okay, what I say with my song, we seeing this shit in HD on the body cams, right? So we're watching this shit on the camera where you kill this person and then nothing really happens to you, right? You get this slap on the wrist. When I say slap on the wrist, you get to get fired or whatever. We don't even really know if you're fired for real. We could just put
yeah.
that in the paper, right? And then 6 months from now, when that shit die down, we rehire you, right? You didn't get no time or nothing. We just told that to make the people feel a little at ease or whatever. But nah, we don't know
Yeah.
that that's for real. I mean, what really happens to you? And then if you just fire them, they can go to another police department, and then you
And
know what
do
I'm
the
saying,
same thing.
you get on with them, and then you're doing the same thing in that county or whatever. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's very scary, man. She want to drive, and I'm just like, man, I don't even want you to
Yeah.
have to.
She gotta
You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to have to ever get pulled over and be in a fucked up situation or anything like that. Like, man, hey, listen, I wouldn't have anything else to come to this world. This shit is fucked up. That's all I can tell you,
yeah.
man. This shit fucked up. And it's fucked up for our family members and loved ones and people that you fuck with and been rocking with. You just never know type shit. So it's just like, yeah, I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it at
Yeah.
all. That shit is it. As you keep watching that shit, like I said, it desensitizes you. It's like, damn,
Yeah. It's like
another one.
it's normal, but it ain't normal.
It shouldn't be
It ain't
normal.
normal.
It
Yeah.
shouldn't be normal. Oh yeah, it's like you're
Yeah.
saying, it's not normal. That's not
It
normal.
ain't
But
normal.
after you see so many of them, it becomes the norm, and it's like, oh, another one. Why do you want to get to that level? You understand what I'm saying? Like, and like I said in my song, why we ain't seeing that happen with anybody else going? Like, we ain't seeing that in no other races for real. We just seeing that
Yeah.
happening to us, and that shit is traumatizing for real. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
traumatizing. So to raise a daughter in this world, in this society, man, for me, it's scary, man. It's scary. I want to teach her how to use a gun and all of that, but like, she don't have that type of spirit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
See, I mean, if we gonna do it, like, I got a warrior spirit. I probably would have been one of the first slaves to die. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that shit. I probably would have
Yeah.
been the first one. But everybody's spirit ain't like that. Some people just get
Yeah.
in line. Some people conform to certain things, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna take whatever we're given because we don't have that fight in us like that. I
Yeah.
know I would have been gone. I would have been gone because you got to make an example out of me because you don't want anybody else to get out of line.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
facts.
it's scary, man. It's scary, bro. That's all I can tell
Yeah,
you, man.
man,
It's
we just
scary. But
gotta
this shit that I'm telling you, this shit coming from the heart. This shit is some real
yeah,
personal shit
real
to
shit.
me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's real. Like, I wouldn't want to bring nobody else here, man. You know. And who's
Yeah.
to say that I would even be around to see anything? But still, if you can consciously go into it, not bringing nobody here because you understand the ways of the world. Nah, I'm straight. I'm straight.
Yeah.
That goes back to me talking about Pop being one of my favorites as a grown man.
Yeah.
I don't know him to have any kids, right? And so what if he had kids that were like him and they're continuing where he was at in his mind, in his train of thought? They're gonna try to get rid of them people because those are the people that's gonna advance thinking. Like now you get people to thinking like that, they like, oh, we don't need them. Those are the innovators of the world. We don't need them around, let's get rid of them because they're gonna enforce change. We scared of that. We need y'all to
Yeah.
be complacent type of thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man. I ain't know that was gonna go like that, man. But like,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
that's
it's all
that's what
good.
I'm
Like,
thinking.
we just vibing.
Thinking.
We just vibing.
Yeah, yeah, that's what
I
I'm thinking. That's you you
I
you you pulling some deep shit out, man. You know what I'm
oh
saying? You
yeah, oh
pulling
yeah,
you
like
pulling
I
some
did
deep
my
shit out.
research. I got you, Lucky. I
Yeah.
got you. Hold on with me. Hold on. Bear with me, Lucky.
Yeah, you got some deep
Bear
shit, man.
bear with me,
Yeah.
bear with me.
Yeah, yeah, we
Alright,
good.
so what's it like driving trucks? Like how did you get into
So
the truck driving industry? Come on down, come on,
so
come on.
so the truck I would assume I tried to put it in a mind frame like if I was really already in the music industry. Like
Yeah,
you got a new city to be in every night. You feel me? You got to travel somewhere every night. You're on the road, and then you
come
get
on,
a break. You
come on,
get a
come on.
break at some point, and then you back.
Yeah,
You back out there doing that. It's a rough life, man, because you're away from your people a lot of the time. Um,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're away from your people. So when you get something local, it's like you want to hold on to it because it gives you some sense of like being home, stability, like you're around versus having to go to California to drop something. Now you want me in Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. Now you want me in Houston tonight. And I
yeah,
started thinking like, damn, this the way I gotta make my money. I don't know if that's gonna work for me. And then
yeah,
I was thinking along the lines of, hey, if you making it in the industry, you have to go to these places. You can't just you can't just market to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna
yeah,
want the market to stretch from Atlanta to wherever it can stretch from. So you're gonna have to be going different places. And to bring in the fact that I'm a father, it's like, I don't think that she would understand that part because she's so used to our designated days. It's like, hey man, where you at? I don't want to talk to you on the phone. I want you to be here in the physical. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? I
yeah,
got something to I could tell you this over the phone, but it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have lunch with you the way that we was doing in the first place. You know, uh, if it's a homework project, I need for you to be there with that. So with that trucking, it's just like, when you get something local, you gonna want to try to hold on to it because you ain't trying to be all everywhere because it starts to question like, do I gotta really make my money like this? You know what I'm saying? And is it adding up for me? Is it worth my time that I'm going out here? Is that worth my time? Because it might not be worth my time, especially if you're
yeah.
trying to lowball me. If you're trying to lowball me, and you trying to, I'm gonna say for when the recession came in 2008, it's like
Yeah,
now we're trying to lowball everybody. So I have you to go to,
yeah.
I don't know, I have you to go to somewhere in Texas, but I'm only gonna pay you um whatever I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say you might be out on the road for all week and then we pay you $500, which we know you
Mm,
worth more than $500, but because we got this recession going on, we gonna lowball you, and we gonna tell you what we gonna pay you, because otherwise, if you don't have no money coming in, what you gonna do? Now, you could have been a person that
Yeah,
you could have been a person that was getting it off of the streets and with the drugs and all of that too. But I mean, we already know how that go. We already know how that go. I didn't mess around in that. I know that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I be
yeah,
too
yeah,
paranoid. I be too paranoid on the fact that, hey, you know, you got you got snake ass people that just don't want to see you win on a job. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to say you going to get a house because you done been working on your job and working hard. That motherfucker don't want to see you get no house. So let alone me selling drugs and then I'm starting to come up. You're gonna wanna do something to me, especially if you see me on a regular base. So the drug thing wasn't gonna be what it was with that. So it's just like, okay, you do this trucking, but like I said, the trucking keeps you away from. It keeps you isolated for real.
yeah,
It's an isolation point. So their day becomes they're on the phone all day talking to their loved ones because this gives them a sense of closeness. But you're way in California, they way in Atlanta somewhere. You're not close, but it gives that's the closest you're gonna get with that. So for that trucking, it ain't something that I planned on staying in. It's just the fact that
yeah. Just
I
something you were
know
doing. You just,
I can't have a boss directly over me. I'm one of them ones that I'm a leader. So like if you show me what the job is, I don't need you to micromanage me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Don't keep
yeah,
fucking with me because I'm gonna explode on you. And it can get violent. If we wouldn't need to get violent, we can do that too. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
that'll have you in a fucked up position. So it's just like, you got the it's chess, not checkers, my nigga. So it's just like, yeah,
Facts.
man, it's chess. You gotta know what you're doing on that chessboard. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
could want to react, but then hey, are you
you
thinking
gotta think
about
about
what
it.
the reaction gonna get you? You could do it. You could do it.
Yeah,
It's easy to fuck up and get in trouble. Then you in trouble. Now you thinking behind them walls like, damn, I could have moved different. So,
yeah,
with that trucking, I had to figure out like, hey, I need something where I'll be local and, I can have a sense of, stability versus not knowing the unknown. Like I'm gonna just be, you just gonna have me in Maine today, you gonna have me in Florida tomorrow. Like, I mean, come on, man. I can't keep
yeah,
doing that. I can't keep doing that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, that's with the trucking. It ain't something that I really wanted to do, but it's kind of it worked out. It served its purpose. You know, everything serves its purpose. So it serves
yeah,
its
yeah.
purpose.
It's like it's it's honor to have a job and to still do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like we
It's
got to keep it moving. Yeah,
sometimes I've written my best stuff out on the road. I figured one time before I used to ride the bus, Greyhound and shit, and I look out the window and as we're riding to our destination, I get some of my best thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Some of my best songs, and I'm writing this stuff down, and then I come back to wherever, and then I drop it. And this is some of my best work, stepping outside of my comfort zone, type of thing. So, the trucking service purpose, I might write a banger and be in fucking Washington State somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it
yeah,
served its purpose. It
yeah,
definitely served its purpose. And it's just like I don't want that to be the overall thing for me though. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Artist,
True.
artistry is really in my heart. So you just you gotta press at it. Gotta
Yeah,
press at it. And
and
and yeah, you
and
was
we
gonna
got to
say?
talk about that. You in school right now.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
you in
yeah.
school.
So psychology for me works hand in hand with this music thing. Psychology is like tapping into a person's mind. Um, Tapping into the thought process of certain things. So with that, like I said, with music that I make, I like to shock people or to do what somebody's not thinking about doing. And that lets you know what my mind frame is at. It's like I ain't trying to do what y'all doing. I ain't trying to just stand in front of the camera. I want some type of background with that. I want to make you think. You know what I'm saying? So my psychology classes allow me to tap into some old other shit. Like, damn, I wasn't even thinking this way. And then here it is in this book. And then this gives me inspiration to write a song based off of that. You know what I'm saying? Or, sometimes having conversation have you to make a song on some shit because y'all just vibing on some shit, and then you tap into that space with it. But like that psychology, me doing that for this last 2 years, I've been tapping in, man. Like again, we got a track called Pain. And
Oh yeah, yeah, pain. Yeah,
once you tap back into the pain, you was like, yeah, that shit is like, you know what I'm saying? That's some shit where that's some psychology shit.
yeah,
That's females being taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? When you ask me about my daughter, man, that's like, damn, y'all like really vulnerable out here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if the men
yeah,
ain't gonna take if our men ain't gonna take care of you, who the fuck is? Because ain't nobody else. You know what I'm saying? If I get real technical with it, white men are gonna take care of their women. White men are gonna take care of they daughters and sons. Who gonna take care of you? Especially if you got black men with the mind frame to harm you. Like we
yeah,
we we
yeah,
we fucked
yeah,
up, man. You know what I'm saying? As a
yeah,
whole, this is fucked up. So yeah, that's psychology tapping into it's tapping into the mind of a criminal. Like, why would you be on this? You know what I'm saying? But then it might go into the fact that somebody did something to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like somebody might have
yeah,
touched you in a manner, right? So now you only acting off of what you know of, and you ain't never got no help for it, because a lot of people in the black community feel like you going to see a therapist is it's just not something that we do. But it's just like I told you when I fucking hurt myself with this knee shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? If it's that detrimental, then you go to the doctor and you get something done
You
to it.
get fixed. You
But we
get
don't look at it.
fixed.
We don't look at it like
Yeah,
that when the mental is fucked up like that. And then
yeah,
some of us think that ain't nothing wrong with our mental, because it's like I
yeah,
said, if you've been seeing killings of us for so long, you're desensitized. So you think this shit is normal. Some of this shit ain't normal. So that's what a
yeah,
psychology taps into some shit like, yo, this shit ain't regular thinking. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta address this shit,
yeah.
because
Oh
everybody
yeah.
think different. Everybody think different. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You could have been raised around certain things that ain't even right, but you think it's right because that's how you were raised. You don't know
Yeah,
no better. You don't
yeah.
know any better.
And
You've
then and
seen
then that
nobody show you no other way.
and then that goes into sociology. The
Right.
environment has an effect on your
The
psyche.
environment.
Yeah,
The
on your
environment.
psychology.
And
Yeah,
I just took sociology, saying
yeah,
like the different they was talking about the different groups of people and how they
yeah,
all might think as a unit.
yeah,
Everybody might be in agreement with a certain thing. And then you might just have that one that he like, nah, or she's like, nah, I ain't feeling it like that on that level. So, you know, and you get outcasted because hey, you think different. You might
yeah,
think a little different than what the crowd is talking about. And me myself, a lot of times I'm one of them ones that just thinking different than what the crowd is thinking, and I might get rejected for that because you thinking in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You the black sheep because hey, what he on? You know what I'm saying? But he might be on to some shit. If you listen to him, he might be, he might not be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everybody might be thinking this way. And it might take
mm-hmm.
them 10, 20 years to catch up with that type of thinking. Like, man, this man was on this shit.
Facts.
This man was on this shit 20 years ago, and you ain't
Yeah,
even there. And that's what intrigues me about the mind. That's what intrigues me about psychology. It's like, yeah, the mind is powerful because
what? Yeah, it is.
certain people's minds is only gonna go to a certain level, and then certain people's minds ain't gonna go past like certain traumas that they didn't went through. You done went through a trauma. Sometimes you ain't even gonna get past that shit. You'll be on that shit. Motherfuckers be on that shit for the next 20, 30 years and shit like that. It's just gonna be that. And they don't go get
Yeah.
no help for it to help
Nope.
see that this is a problem, and they're gonna be right there stuck. Yeah, man. It's very serious with me with psychology and music. So
Yeah,
what
both
I've
go
tapped
hand in hand.
into, what I've tapped into with that is, if you make music to try to heal, you're trying to get people to heal in certain ways. It's like, put that message out for people.
Yeah, yeah,
If you get one on one with people, give them the message in that certain light. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I'm tapping into my psychology mode and shit like that. And I ain't preaching to you or nothing like that. I'm just saying this is what I see from my perspective. I ain't trying to preach to you because we can't preach to nobody that's grown. Motherfuckers ain't gonna want to hear you when you're doing the shit like that. Like, they ain't gonna want to hear you because nobody wants to be told how to live. But if I see something that maybe I can help you out on, or I've been through, like I said earlier, I've been through some shit, and it ain't textbook. I ain't read it out no book. I done actually been through this shit.
yeah.
Hey, I'm helping one of my mans now. He trying to figure out how to go about handling his daughter, and the fact that he ain't with the mama no more, and
Mm,
he feels a certain way, like he's being outcasted. And I'm like, man, nah. Go and do what you do, because you only suffer in the end. That's just like me.
yeah,
Had I not moved to Alabama, I would be suffering. But I moved myself to Alabama so I could be close to my daughter, because I knew I wasn't gonna be with the mom. And I
yeah,
haven't been with the mom since, but I don't have that hurt that I used to have about not seeing my daughter, because I see my daughter on a regular basis and shit like that, because I moved myself into this situation. You understand what I'm saying? So I could tell the next man about it. I ain't trying to tell you how to live, but I'm trying to tell you
yeah,
my experience from it. And I'm trying to tell you why I'm down here. This is my purpose and my journey for being down here, to make a difference in my daughter's life. Matter of fact, both of my daughters, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's a part of your testimony right there. We need
yeah,
testimony, so you gotta
yeah,
you gotta walk amongst the killers. You gotta walk amongst the
yeah,
fire just to
yeah,
be able to
yeah,
come out and say, I
yeah.
made it through that. I made it
That's
through that.
right.
You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's
So,
right.
you know,
That's what my grandmother gave me long time ago, man. Psalms 23, man. Yea, do I walk through the shadow of death, man. You know what I'm saying? I'ma still come out with my cup
yeah,
unscathed, man. You know what I'm saying? Psalms
yeah,
23. So it's like, hey, I gotta walk through this. I gotta walk through this, because on that end, it's a long line of women that didn't have their fathers, and then I didn't have my father for real. So
yeah,
I made up in my mind, I got to break the cycle. I don't want my daughter
yeah,
to feel. I don't want my daughter to feel how it feels to not have a father. I want you to
yeah,
not know nothing about that. And then when you talk to your little homegirls, you tell them what it does feel like. You know what I'm saying? Tell them what
yeah.
it feel like
The
to have a
father
father.
present, present,
Have a
present.
father present and active. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Not only
yeah,
present, because you could be present and absent minded, but present and
yeah,
active in your life when you got an issue or you got highs in your life. Like, hey, she telling me now she gonna do a talent show. Hey, I need to be there. Hey, whatever you're
yeah,
doing, I need to be in the crowd for support, because I know you're gonna be looking for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that my mama and my dad wasn't there for support for me. I'm looking out in the crowd. I'm like, damn, they ain't here. Where else could you be? Where else would you want to be? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Where else
yeah,
would you want to be? I laugh with my dad to this day about certain stuff that he didn't do, and he was just moving how he was moving. But like I told him, man, you ain't give me a coat, and it's wintertime. I would have been losing my mind thinking, like, is my daughter cold? And you know what I'm saying? And especially, I got the power to get what she needs. This is what I'm supposed to do as a parent. I'm supposed to make sure you got your necessity. I'm supposed to make
yeah,
sure of that, if nothing else. And
yeah,
emotionally, I'm supposed to comfort you. Hey, man, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? You having problems or issues at school? Let me see if I can go over there and handle that. Let me tell you how you should move in this situation. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't dealt with that. I didn't dealt with bullies and peer pressure and all of that. I done been 12 and 15 before.
yeah,
I done been 19 before. I understand what you're talking about. How could not relate to you? You come from me and your mom.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? How couldn't I relate to you? Why wouldn't I want you to lay your burdens on me? You know what I'm saying? Why not? I'm your parent.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Facts,
Yeah. It ain't
facts,
about money. Sometimes it's not
facts.
about money. Sometimes I
Yeah,
need there to
money
be
ain't
there for
everything.
money ain't everything.
Money ain't
Them, them,
everything.
them fathers can pay that child support and it don't even resonate the same. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? Little baby girl ain't mine biologically, but she mine.
Yeah,
She mine.
yeah,
Real dad gave her $100 for her birthday, but didn't show up to the birthday party. I gave
Mm.
her what she asked for. She asked for baby doll and she asked for a cake and she asked for me to come. That equaled up to $100, right?
Facts.
Who you
Facts.
think you gonna remember out of that situation? Baby doll, a cake,
Or the
and the
hundred
person
dollars.
coming, and it
Yeah.
was $100. But you got a hundred
Yeah.
dollars for real, Dad. Who even cares about that $100, bro?
Facts.
Because it's nothing
Fact.
that's attached to it that I'm gonna recollect with for real. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna recall that $100. That was a hundred
Yeah.
dollars that's pissed in the wind, my nigga. Like so, it don't even matter for real because we
Yeah.
don't have anything. We didn't create a memory off of that.
Yeah, because everything is about memories. It ties down. It
Yeah,
ties down
yeah,
to the DNA.
yeah,
It ties
yeah.
down.
So yeah, man. So yeah, man. This is this has been one of them. This has been one of them ones that we always really have, man. We
Oh, yeah,
always
like we
really
always
talk
chop it
about.
up. We
We
always chop
always
it up,
talk
man.
about. You know what I'm saying?
And then like
You
we
know.
ain't even really scratched the surface. We gonna have other parts because we gonna do this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Cause
You already know.
yeah, yeah. It's always like refreshing to talk to you and to really build on, you know what I'm saying, different things, man, because you can't get that with everybody, man.
Nah,
Everybody can't
nah.
even go there, man. Everybody can't even go there. Everybody ain't even willing to go there on certain levels, man, to talk about certain stuff. Some of them don't even understand where you coming from, man, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
yeah,
facts.
they don't even understand, so you kind of have to back off of it like, yo,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
engage.
It's not
I can't
genuine. It
engage.
got to be genuine.
It definitely got to be genuine. It definitely got to
Yeah,
be genuine, and it definitely got to be an understanding between whoever's talking. Because I mean, you can go over people's heads. You know what I'm saying? They like, dang, I don't see where you coming from with that. You know what I'm saying? Just what I
yeah,
was
yeah.
explaining. Just what I was explaining about the father thing. Because you know, certain groups of people has pit us against each other as men and women to where it almost feel like me coming from being a father, it's almost like we don't need if I'm no longer with you, we don't need your presence. And it ain't about you.
Mm,
It's about the child, right? The child might
yeah,
need that child gonna need that presence. And then that woman could be judging you based off of the fact that she ain't have her father like that. And
yeah.
maybe we got together on a trauma bond. Maybe I'm trauma
Mm,
bond by
mm,
whatever, and you
mm,
trauma bond by whatever, and that's why we got together. And that's probably why this shit ain't work. And now you want me to
mm.
go away from my child because that trauma that you still holding, you almost subconsciously want that child to go through that because I want you to be away from us, depending on
Yeah.
what the situation is. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but this ain't even about no rap shit or none of it. This shit get deep, bro.
I mean,
this shit
like
get deep.
we don't
This
talk
shit get
about
deep.
everything,
Yeah,
everything.
this shit get deep,
Ah,
man.
we gonna end it off on this.
Yeah,
Name
yeah,
some of
yeah.
your favorite sneakers. Some of your favorite sneakers.
Ah,
And
man, favorite speakers, the top.
how important is sneakers to the culture of hip hop?
Okay. Some of my favorite sneakers. Number one would be the Jordan 11 Concords.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get out of the frame of this shot to put my shoe up. You know what I'm saying? I got them bitches because they like one of my ones. Number two, no, I'm sorry. No, the number one for me would have been. I'm gonna just name my three, but the
Okay,
number
okay.
one for me would have been the Jordan 6 Carmine.
Oh
Jordan 6
yeah, yeah.
Carmine
Them
with the
Carmines.
holes in the tongue, right? That's
Yeah.
probably my first shoe. And then the Concord 11, Jordan 11, and then the Flint 13s, the Flint Blue
Ooh.
13s,
Yeah.
the cat eyes. Those are my three top ones. Now, if we get into the other ones, this would be a whole nother hour or so. You know what I'm saying with this shit because this shit
Uh,
run deep. All right, so
yeah.
now I'm gonna tell you one of my ones that I only wore one time that you put me onto.
Okay.
So they are the navy and white Japans
Japan. Yeah, yeah,
Jordan number
yeah.
ones.
The
Them shit
ones.
so hard. I only wore them one time to New Orleans. I wore them one time. They in the box
Yeah.
back there. Them bitches
Yeah.
still smell fresh. Like I just walked around Bourbon. You know what I'm saying? I walked around
Yeah.
Bourbon. I said, you know what? You don't come back out of the box no more, no more. You
Yeah.
don't come back out of the
Yeah.
box. That's over with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got some. I got some off whites. I got some off
Oh,
white
okay.
Jordan ones, the red ones. They've never
Okay.
seen.
Okay.
They've never seen nothing like, you know what I'm saying. They never seen nothing. And I got some. I got some cement fours, but the bread.
Okay.
They the breads.
The bread. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I want the bread 11s. I ain't got them
Oh.
yet.
Oh, the velvets. The velvets.
No, not the bread. This is
Oh.
the regular bread 11s. But I
Oh.
seen the
Oh.
velvets. I like the
Okay. Okay.
velvets. But
Yeah.
the regular
Br-
bread 11s, I fuck with them too. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, man, shit. I got a lot of shoes back up, man. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
one of the ones that's for me too that I gotta get. They come out in 2025. These are the cement gray Jordan 4s.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta have them. I gotta have them.
Yeah.
Those is one of them ones for me. But you
Yeah.
said how important they are to the culture. I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like they help shape the culture in certain ways. Like you had you had artists that can dress, that can dress their ass off, and they can rap their ass off. But
Yeah.
then you had artists where they wasn't all of that fire with the rap or whatever like that, but they could dance, and then they could dress, and you know what I'm saying, you fuck with it just because of that part of things. You know what I'm saying? Then you got it where they got the shit on, and you gotta low key tell yourself, man, I'm going to get them. You know what I'm saying? Because of how they styled that shit. Like that shit was fire. You gotta go get
Yeah.
it. So it goes hand in hand. It definitely goes hand in hand. You know, again, you know, I done been talking about the songs that we'd have been doing. And we did Jordan Pippen, man. And I
Oh
told the
yeah. Yeah.
cameraman
Yeah.
at that time, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
man, get these Jordans, bro. These is
Yeah.
Concord Jordan 11s, bro.
Yeah.
These is one of the ones, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, like it goes hand in hand, man. And
Oh yeah.
for me, when I'm doing videos, bro, I want you to catch that fucking shoe, bro. You gotta catch that
Yeah.
shoe.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
why?
Definitely.
You know why you gotta catch that shoe? You gotta catch that shoe because I was raised in the hood, man. We was messed up, man. We was messed up. So some of them shoes back in the day, we couldn't afford them, bro. And I remember when
Yeah.
the Jordans came out, man. And I ain't just on Jordans now. I'm just on Jordans right now. But
Yeah. Yeah.
for me talking about Jordans right now, I think Jordans was like 125. You know what I'm saying? Just couldn't afford them. Couldn't afford them. But
Yeah.
it'd be a new drop coming out. Can't afford
Back to
that. I
back.
want that. I
Every
want,
month.
yeah, back to back, man.
Back
But
to back. You like, damn.
yeah, damn, you had phone posits coming out. You had fucking Air Max coming out. You had Patrick Ewing's
Barclays.
coming out.
Yeah. Ewing.
Them Barkley twos, the purple and white. I'm still on their ass, man. I'm on their ass
Yeah.
by them my ones right there. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
And
couldn't afford them
and
back in
on
the day.
Pippins, them Scotty Pippins, man. I love them Scotty
Yeah, yeah,
Pippins.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which ones you talking about?
The ones that came out in 2009, what's the number? Are they the ones or the twos? That the black and red ones? I think like the '09 pair.
I gotta see them. I gotta see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know it's a Pippin. It's a white pair of Pippin that I like. It's a
Yeah,
white
yeah,
pair.
that might be the same version. Like they got the
Same version of, just
yeah,
a
yeah,
different colorway.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. It's a major staple part of hip hop, man. Um,
Oh yeah.
even when I was watching the interview from LL Cool J yesterday, and he was like, he was wearing he was saying he was wearing Jordans before people thought they was popular. Everybody
Yeah.
was on the this, right? He was like when Jordan was a rookie, he was wearing the Jordan ones. He was like he had them on in the interview, but he had a different colorway. And he was like, if you look at my album cover, he was like, man, I had them on then. They just go hand in hand, man. They, you know what I'm saying? I like I said, I do a video. I want you to catch the shoe game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
catch them.
That's why I made sneaker games. You know what I'm saying? Sneaker game
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
go hand in hand with the shoe. Like I mean with the
Yeah.
hip hop. Like go, you know. you gotta talk about that shit if you a sneakerhead connoisseur, you know what I'm saying? Cause yeah. I see the shoes that you got, man. I remember one of the last I remember I remember it was your birthday, right? I remember one of your birthdays and shit.
Yeah,
And you put the camera on how many boxes you had and shit. You was like, yeah, you know, I think I'm up to X amount of shoes. I was like, yeah,
yeah.
that shit's serious. I said that shit. This nigga got box after box and shit. I was like, yeah, this shit crazy. I was
Ooh,
like, yeah,
yeah,
that's what's up. Like that same year, I don't know if you remember this, but I think you did. I think y'all had like a '80s theme to your party or some shit like that.
yeah, yeah. That
And
was what that was.
we was on a Zoom call, right?
Yeah,
And
20 was that 2020 or 20
I don't
2021?
know. It might have
I
been
think
2020.
20
Might have been
nah
during COVID.
2020. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
might have been
2020.
COVID time.
Yeah, 2020.
Um, you you was you had the box after box. Like, God damn, this thing I gotta catch up. I'm a true connoisseur, bro. Like, I gotta catch up because you got the shit. I was like, so you got the I was like, you got the beetroot. You got the beetroot Jordan ones. You like, yeah, yeah, I got them right here too. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga, this I just was about to get them. Fuck, but they just nigga like, yeah, I got no time. Like, yeah, that's what's up, man. I said, I gotta catch up, man. This
Yeah.
guy got all the fucking shoes. Then you hit me one day. You was like, he's like, I just got two Jordan, I think Jordan ones, low cut, and they had the stars on the side of them. He was like, I'm gonna wear this with this outfit, and I'm gonna wear this with this outfit. I was like, ooh, this nigga is getting it with this shit. I said, man, I gotta catch up. I said, I gotta catch up with him, man. This nigga got the shoes, man. I said, yeah, they go hand in hand, man. That hip hop and them shoes, that shit go hand in hand.
All right, buddy, I
You
got
gotta
you.
be
I got you.
fresh.
I
Gotta
got
be
you.
fresh.
Like, oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta be fresh. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
All right,
Yeah.
King. So where can they find you at? Social
Hey
media.
man, everything is I am King Garnett. Everything. I am King Garnett on all socials, man. Anything that you can think of, everything is I am King Garnett, man. I just, I really just opened my YouTube page up. It's a new YouTube page, but them numbers going up on the YouTube page quicker than I thought they would have. And but everything else, man, everything else, IG, all of that, everything is I am King Garnett, man. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely we definitely we definitely got to get into another video with you know what I'm saying, talking about whatever else, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This shit was fire, man. Shit was fire. It
All
was
right,
definitely
brother. Well, we gonna make it happen again. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And
All love until next time.
matter of fact, if you got some more folks, you know what I'm saying, to join into the convo with
Yeah,
whatever, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying, with down the line or whatever, shit, yeah, let's do it. And then
Okay, bet.
I told you, I was like, I don't think I'll be talking. You was like, bro, you be talking to shit. But I see like an hour and some change up there. Like
Oh
I'll be
yeah, so
talking
we got an
straight.
hour and 37 minutes. And it's just light.
Hour and 37 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I've been talking for real.
Yeah,
For real.
like that's how we do it. That's how we
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it. Oh
all the
yeah.
time, and it could have went longer than this, cause it's so many different things that you could talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
touching them different topics, man. And we
Oh
just touched
yeah.
a few topics. We just touched a few
Yeah.
topics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And we
we
got
ain't even get on the gaming. Like you
oh
was telling
nah,
me
nah,
about
we
the
ain't talking about
game. Yeah,
yeah,
so it's
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Let's do it again whenever. And
I bet. I'm down.
I'm with it.
All
I'm
right,
with it.
King.
With it. All right.
Let me go ahead and take Lucky to the bathroom.
All right,
All
love, bro.
right.
All
I love,
right.
bro. All
All
right.
right.